Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Wednesday, the 17th of March, comes to you from London. And happy St. Patrick's Day. We are seeing a little bit of red on the screen today, so market's looking a little bit mixed. We'll just start by looking at the dollar index. Remembering this is my long-term, medium-term and short-term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure targets, weekly, daily and 60-minute charts. So you see the dollar is still holding on to its gains of recent months. So it's had a much better year in 2021 versus 2020 and really looking very much like the turnaround continuing. So dollar strength is the theme, and that means euro weakness. We're sitting at 119, still below that 120 level. Sterling is back above the 139, so it's showing some relative strength against that stronger dollar in the last day, but realistically the strong dollar is really what's dominating at the moment. Against the euro, we're flat today, sitting at 116.67, but the trend against the euro is looking strong as well. Bitcoin sitting at $55,000, not much change there, just short-term bearish, got a couple of downside targets. Back to activating a new downside target here on that medium-term chart, so just pulling away there. Yesterday, the S&P future market was down slightly in the US, and the Nasdaq was also just flat. So we are just seeing equities underperforming at the moment. And the S&P futures today are slightly down, so market looks set to open flat. The VIX volatility did fall below that 20 level. And so it's still sitting pretty low at the low 20s. The lowest level we've seen actually in the VIX since the start of the pandemic last year, so the markets are less fearful. The FTSE future is down just over 0.25%, and the DAX in Germany is slightly lower today, and the CAC 40 is also lower. Looking at the Japanese market, was up slightly. The Hang Seng very slightly up, and the Chinese market very slightly down. The Sensex in India was down 0.75%, and the Aussie market down 0.5%. So all in all, markets are pretty quiet at the moment. We're seeing gold actually at 1735, so that's ticking up, looking a little bit better. Yet to activate this 1860 target. Silver looking better as well at $26, bullish on all three time frames still. And if we look at copper, that's pushing ahead, up 0.5%. So we've been in this little mini wedge on copper, but it looks like it will go higher. US 10-year yield sitting at 1.64%, just pushing ever higher there. And if we look at 30-year bond yields, we're seeing here also just holding on, not quite as strong as the 10-year bond, but still looking pretty strong. Looking at the energy mix now, we've got crude oil down slightly. Big question is, have we topped on crude oil? We do have this upside target, but we are just seeing some little downside creeping in there. WTI, much the same picture there, looking at targets in both directions. US nat gas sitting at 256. It has struggled to push higher, but we are just sitting there at that 256 level. Still not bullish, but a shortage of targets makes it a hard call for the moment. And coal sitting at 69.55, so that's also just looking set for a break, but just struggling to just make that break at the moment. Emissions are back up this morning, back up at nearly up 1%, sitting just nudging that 42 euro mark. Of course, we're very bullish after our report out 2 weeks ago to clients. We're seeing gas markets fairly mixed. MBP no change yet this morning. We are seeing TTF up 1%, but deteriorating slightly. We still do have downside targets hanging over us. So it's struggled to recover. I did have a good couple of weeks there, but pulling back. And if we look at German power, we're up 0.5% here. Again, our power report out to clients last week gave some very strong numbers there. And that's it for today. Until tomorrow, have a great day. Happy charting. See you then.